I don't like your funny words, Magic Man. Hello, sunshine. It's Rachel here. Okay, so today's video is gonna be my video ranking all of the books that I read in 2020. So that's fun. Let's get excited. So the last time I made like a tier ranking video, I used the like usual website TierMaker, but you can't use TierMaker without making an account, and every single time I tried to make an account on TierMaker, it wouldn't let me. It just was like, no, just no, you may not make an account. And I tried multiple times periodically for the past like 3 weeks. So really don't know why TierMaker didn't want me to make an account, but instead I got a like weird knockoff app that lets you make tier lists, but it doesn't let you name each of the categories, which I'm a little sad about. Okay, so we're gonna go, we just need 5 rows. So on my screen it says S tier. Well, I'll start at the bottom. There's D tier, that's the lowest. D tier I titled just no, with a little like red heart. A little red heart next to it, you know, cute. C tier I titled LOL, I forgot I read this, which is for the books that like just didn't make an impression on me. And then B tier is no emotions. There are a few books that I read that I just don't have emotions towards. A tier is a good time because I enjoyed it. It was a good time. S tier is a long time. These are going to be the books that I feel like impacted me or like I'm going to remember for a long time. So, does that make sense? So, also part of the problem with this is you have to like select your tier that it goes in. Oh, you'll see, it goes straight to my pictures, so you can see some fun pics of just me hanging out. Not really hanging out, they're like pictures my family's taken of me. Because they like, very supportive of my love of taking pictures of myself. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna start at the bottom. So I'm gonna go D tier, bottom, 100% A School for Unusual Girls. Oh hey, why did this go? So that's down in D tier. I think I already talked about it. I just didn't enjoy it really at all. So it's gonna stay down there. I can only think right now of one other that would go down at the very bottom, so I'm just gonna add it, and it's Empty Bottles Full of Stories. Once again, just it wasn't for me. Now I'm gonna, okay, so right now I think those are the only 2 going in the bottom, but we'll see as I go through. I'm just gonna hop around. I'm gonna go S tier because I know The Outsiders is one of my favorite books of all time. This was technically a reread, but The Outsiders is definitely one of my favorite books. So, automatic top. It's a long time. It's gonna be here for a long time. One that's definitely no emotions, just like purely neutral, is this book Owly that I read. It was good, but I just feel nothing towards it. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay, so now going in the order that it's showing up, there's The Lost Hero, which was the most recent book I've read. I've already like moved on in this series. I'm not sure where to put it. I actually, you know, I was gonna place this, but I don't feel like I can place it right now. Here's why. I know for every book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, I gave it 4 stars, and I probably would put them in a good time, maybe, individually, but together I feel like it made a story that really like drew me in. I really loved it, and I would put it in a long time, and I'm not sure where I want to put The Lost Hero yet, which is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus, the second series of that. So, I'm not going to place that one yet. The next one that shows up is Every Word You Cannot Say. Every Word You Cannot Say is the first book I read this year, or last year, I think. I did like it. I would read it again, but it's definitely it was a good time. Maybe it'll be a long time, and I don't know, but it's definitely A tier for me. The next one I saw is actually also A tier, Powers of a Girl. I did greatly enjoy that book. It was good, but wasn't the best of the books I've read. The next one I saw was The Hidden Power of Effing Up by the Try Guys, and that is definitely top tier for me. It did actually help me make changes in my life. It's something I still think about sometimes when I'm trying to do things that scare me a little bit, because it's all about like doing things that might fail and stuff like that. It also actually lined up really well with things that my therapist was telling me at the same time, so it's definitely top tier for me. The Maze Runner is definitely C tier. I forgot I read it, but also this spot is probably going to be about like, I forgot I read it, also like meh, nah. Oh yeah, okay. I'm going to skip over Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda for a second, because I think I selected the middle tier, and I'm going to just pop Poisoned Apples, Poems for You, My Pretty, right there, because I enjoyed it. I still enjoy, like, I like the memories I have of reading it, but it's very middle tier for me. So the thing about Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, because that was the one that I was supposed to do next, I don't know where to put it, because when I read it, it definitely was maybe very top tier, maybe second tier. Now I think it's probably the middle tier, B. As time goes on, I think about, like, my opinions on it have changed. I still like it. It's still, you know, middle or above, but I'm gonna, for now, pop it in the middle tier, and we'll see where we go from there. I'm gonna just hit cancel, because, okay, that's gonna go A tier, because it was good. Great. And then the Hilo series, I only read the first and the last book because that's what happened. It's just what ended up happening. And I enjoyed it. I'm gonna put, but also, like, I just don't really remember a ton about it. So I'm gonna actually put both of them in the fourth tier, not because I disliked them, but because I don't really remember them very well. Okay, so in the second tier, I think I chose the second tier. I'm gonna put Page by Page because I enjoyed it. Okay. And the next one I think was also the second. Yeah, The Sun and Her Flowers. I enjoyed that. Okay. Okay. So right now I have 3 youth fiction books. I want to decide where each of them goes. I think I'm in the middle tier, and I'm gonna put The Twilight Princess there, as well as Red. And then in the A tier, because I liked it the best, I'll put Property of the Rebel Librarian, as well as Toil and Trouble. And then up in the top, I think I'm gonna put the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. And then I'm actually also in the very top tier gonna put The Lost Hero. Yeah, I made my decision. You know what? I'm gonna move The Maze Runner to the bottom tier. I liked it the best out of those three, but I just feel like that's where it belongs. And I know that my middle tier was supposed to be No Emotions, but I'm actually gonna change that and then move Owly down. Owly, I'm gonna actually, yeah, The Property of the Rebel Librarian. I did like it the best out of the three youth fictions, but it also is middle tier. I feel like this is much more representative of my emotions towards each of the books. Okay, so that is my ranking, my definitive ranking. So in my top tier is The Outsiders, The Hidden Power of Effing Up, and all of Rick Riordan's books that I read last year. And then in my second tier, A tier, is Every Word You Cannot Say, Powers of a Girl, The Boy, the Horse, the Fox, and the Mole, Page by Page, The Sun and Her Flowers, and Toil and Trouble, 15 Tales of Women and Witchcraft. Yeah, and then in the middle tier, B tier, I have Poison Apples, Poems for You, My Pretty, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, The Wide Awake Princess, Red, The Fairly True Story of Little Red Riding Hood. I think that's the subtitle. And then Property of the Rebel Librarian. Oh, I don't want this down here. Sorry. The Boy, the Horse, the Fox, and the Mole were accidentally in two places, but I want it at the top. Okay. C tier, the fourth tier, is Both of the High-Lows and Owly. And then in the bottom tier is A School for Unusual Girls, Empty Bottles, Full of Stories, and The Maze Runner. That is my ranking. I think I said it in my last video, but I'll say it again. My goal for this year is to do 30 books. I think I'm gonna go for, again, doing 4 videos talking, like reviewing the books that I read. I enjoyed making those videos. It's a nice way for me to keep track of how I felt about the books right after I read them, and then the ranking videos is like how I feel about them a little bit later and in comparison. So my goal is to get my first book review video out in March. Fingers crossed. We will see. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, go ahead and ring the notification bell. My links for social media as well as Black Lives Matter will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Peace, love, and buttercups. Can you hear my stomach growling? Why is it doing that? Well, I guess. If you interpret it, I must be hungry, but I don't feel hungry. My stomach is just going. Let me stop talking. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, making fun of myself. It's close enough, love. That's it for this video.